What would you say some of the reasons why Africans don't travel in Africa? Well, I mean they do, but not enough. So because when you go to some of the the holiday resorts in Africa, you go to Gambia and a lot of these places. Well, based on all the videos I've seen from travel content creator, it seems like they always kind of like complain about, well, not complain, they do say that the people there are just white and not a lot of Africans in all those resorts.
I don't know why Africans don't travel in Africa.
Why?
You see, because if you look at all the people, behind us, in front of us, they're enjoying the continent. They appreciate the continent. But our own people are like, you know what, or more. Let's go to Dubai for vacation. Let's go to Dubai for vacation. I'm just trying to tell you that, listen, if other people or other races are seeing the value in your continent, they're coming in here to experience, explore. Sometimes they even exploit. Should I say sometimes? Always exploit. Why are we not exploring or exploiting our own continent?
Good question.
So I spent 10 days in Seychelles, and the 10 days were filled with the good, the bad, and the ugly. One of the first things I noticed about Seychelles was that I didn't really feel like I was in Africa. And when I say I didn't feel like I was in Africa, that might sound like a controversial statement, but I didn't feel like I was in Africa because everybody around me, even the hotels I went to, there were almost no black people there. I felt like, if you're in Africa, you would see other Africans too. Everybody there were just whites, Europeans, Russians. I'm like, where's all the black people? Why are the black people not chilling on the beach? Why are the black people not having fun too? Why are the black people not engaging in all these activities? The culture wasn't as strong as I thought it was going to be.
Guys, one thing I've noticed is since I've been here, I'm seeing more white people than Africans, and it's a little bit confusing. Zanzibar is in Africa. More Africans don't travel within Africa. Most people want to explore like Europe, the US, Canada. It's not a bad idea, but I think Africans should travel within Africa. You never know what's just beside you. I never knew I could see this in Africa, but today I'm here in Nakupenda Island and I'm loving it, guys. Zanzibar is so beautiful. Beautiful islands, hospitable people. Ghanaian babe in Zanzibar doing her thing. Yeah, but Maya has been preaching this for a very long time. Like, most Africans should travel within Africa. Africa is beautiful. There are so many gems and hidden places to explore in our continent.
What's your experience?
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, when I went to Zanzibar, I was so surprised to see more whites than Africans. At a point, I was asking people around, are you guys sure you're in Africa? Because the number of white people I'm seeing and Africans, even the locals, the locals, they don't even go to certain places in Zanzibar because it's expensive, you get me? So,
okay.
Yeah.
So what would be one of your reasons?
I think one of the main reasons why, Africans don't travel within Africa, I would say is the how the media controls the narrative about Africa. Because even people in the diaspora, most people don't want to come back to Africa because they think Africa people live on trees. All these weird, weird things about Africa. And it's the media, the media, they've not really done a good job in showing like the beautiful parts of Africa, and now we have a lot of content creators doing that job. Yeah, and even with that, people still bash them, or people still come after them for showing beautiful parts of Africa. So one, I would say the media, they are not really doing a good job with portraying the good parts of the continent. And two, I would also say...
When you say media, do you mean the media, African media, or a foreign media? So because there are two different things, both. Okay, yeah.
Media, that's the Western media. They don't. Why would they even portray our continent in a good way? They won't do that. And our media too, our local media too, they are not doing a good job showing the good parts of the continent. They mostly feed on like negative news and all these bad and trendy news. We don't portray like the positive parts of the continent. I mean, when I went to Zimbabwe recently, and you saw what happened when he went to Zimbabwe. And even with that, apart from our media not portraying the good parts of the continent, even our tourism industry they're not doing so much of a good job. For now, I think I'm seeing that we are building, like we are actually backing up our game with South Africa tourism doing great, Rwanda tourism also doing very great. You know, I think we are backing up our tourism. Exactly. Yeah. Now they take content creators around the countries to shoot content, to give content out there and create the awareness, and that's a very good job. We have to applaud some of these countries for doing that. But in general, we are not really doing our tourism industry. We need like some backing up, and also it's expensive traveling in Africa. You'll be surprised that when you check the price of the tickets in within Africa and compare it to outside Africa, it's so pricey in Africa. Yeah, in Africa it's so pricey. Even in Ghana, as of now, like if I want to go to any neighboring country, maybe Togo or Benin, and I check the price of the plane ticket, it's better I go by road. It's far better to go by road. Yeah, because it's just by me, and if I check, at first I didn't understand why it's that way, but I did my own research, and I got to know that it's because most people don't use that. Most people don't travel to that destination, so it's expensive. So if most people are not going to Togo, you're not going to Benin. The numbers.
So in terms of when you travel to Kenya and South Africa and Tanzania, all the places you've been, did you have to apply for visa, or was it visa free because you are African?
I'm Ghanaian, so West African. I think for West Africans, if you are going to South Africa, you have to apply for a visa.
Okay.
Yeah, so I applied for a visa for South Africa.
Yeah, definitely you have to.
Yes. For South Africa, you apply for a visa, and it will take some few days, and you receive it based on your immigration status and everything. And for Tanzania, it was visa on arrival, and Kenya is visa free. I don't know. Yeah, Kenya, I didn't apply for any visa. Yeah, Kenya is visa free, so. Yeah, Kenya is visa free, so I just go.
That's good, because that's another audience, because that might be interesting for if you have to go through all this process of applying for
immigration.
visa.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the hurdles though, because when I got to, even as I got my visa to South Africa, when I got to South Africa, I was detained at the immigration. They had to ask me some few questions, but it wasn't anything like scary, or it's just normal inquiry. And the immigration officer told us why, even as in like we were in a group, so they detained us and they interviewed everybody. But he explained why he was doing that. He said most West Africans, when they come to South Africa, they don't want to leave, so it's just like a normal routine check thing that they do. Yeah.